that I found very interesting out of today is the look going from urban to suburban living. And that'll be an area of growth which will happen over the next, I won't say 12 months, but it will happen in time. But people are looking, and it's a natural evolution.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's an ongoing conversation, and having come for a number of years and been involved for a number of years, some of the things we're still talking about in the same way. I think we still talk about operations and customer service a little bit in the same way, but then other things to do with, is it possible, is there funding? Those are conversations that we're not really having anymore.
Well, I'd really like to see the sector talk more openly about the operational platform, the alignment of interest between institutional investors and the ultimate tenant beneficiaries, the customers, and differentiate the product properly from what has traditionally been the private rented sector experience, so that planners, so that politicians can understand that there is a real opportunity for build to rent to be a part of the solution to the UK housing crisis.
And I think the data on HomeViews is showing that the build to rent experience for tenants completely outstrips what you're experiencing within a typical build to sell environment. So the opportunity is there to be taken. Also from a government level, the fact that we're actually able to now start providing data back to the government for their investment and planning about what build to rent actually means to residents who are experiencing, there's a real opportunity to kind of keep that investment coming through as the government sees the benefit of this new type of supply.
I think the biggest opportunity for the build to rent sector is actually for all of us to be helping to change that culture around rental housing. I think for many decades now, private rental has been viewed as something of a lesser housing option than perhaps home ownership. And of course there's always affordable housing as well, but it's been this kind of forgotten piece of the jigsaw that's been missing.
I think the biggest opportunities, of course, I will say is technology. So with technology, you can have systems doing things for you automatically so that you can spend more time helping your prospects and your residents answer any questions, answering the phone so they can hear the smile in your voice through the phone versus running reports and things like that. If the system can automatically do it for you, all the better.
You know, as you look across the country, I guess London still has massive growth potential. And particularly given that the sort of for sale market in London is slower, so that provides an opportunity for build to rent to have less competition in terms of buying land. I think as well secondary towns, so whereas some of the primary cities in the UK are now developing quite well in terms of the build to rent marketplace, there is an unsatisfied need in terms of those secondary towns and cities, and we're starting to see that happen in across the UK. Some towns that people would have thought weren't strong build to rent locations are actually becoming really good build to rent locations in the future.